Great and beautiful morning, afternoon, and evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this hour. Welcome to 243 edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. Yes, the market across the globe is mixed as to speak. Market has opened mixed both internationally and local. Here you can see that the market is on the up and down movement. But it's a good way to start the month of April, the first trading day of the second quarter of the year, and for the week. All eyes are what on earnings that will come from these companies for your first quarter ended March 31st. And back home here, most of the company on the exchange have December as year end. On that, all eyes are on what on their Q1 to shape the market what in this Q2 ahead of what the expectation of the incoming government and also other macroeconomic data to shape the economy. But the good thing is that for those that attended the masterclass on Saturday, I want to say big thank you for all that were able to make it, that really sacrifice their time and also some engagement to be there. I know that it will remain a good thing for you because it's a moment to remember for all that we shared in that class. You can see how different aspects of the analysis and also perception of different experts in the market on what we expect to see between now and the end of the quarter. And I'll say kudos for all that made it. And also those that want to use or the other, you're able, yes, you're not losing out. As far as we continue on our on the premium class, where also you get some also goodies also. But for those in master class, it was a special goodies for them for attending. And so well, I encourage you that you start preparing for what when is coming what in the first week of what of July. You want to see before start also updating you what has happened in their own position they have taken this week because they are outward to take action. That is different between them and you that do not come. If they take action with all they have taught them this morning and as we go into this new week, that will also reflect what on their performance. For those that do not make, I think they have another opportunity to do that because it is knowledge that boosts your confidence. And when you invest confidence or trade with confidence, I'll tell you that your portfolio also will reflect it. Your bottom line will reflect. That's why you must go for knowledge because I will tell people, which I tell them also that in the school of investment or trading, there's no graduation like, oh, I started my first degree, I graduated 4 years. No, because it's wealth creation and event change, different dynamics. You want also follow the trend so that you will update yourself and take advantage of knowledge shared, and also that will help you also to keep accumulating, creating a wealth for yourself, and at the same time making informed decision and also manage your risk. That's why it is good to go for knowledge because it is what you need to create wealth effectively and reduce your losses. Yes, come back to the market. We said that the market across the globe are in misdirection now, and I'll tell you as all eyes on some basic macroeconomic data, especially the what we call a purchasing manager index from US. All eyes on that to see how it's going to shape, and also we saw the sudden change or rally in the price of oil. These are what is also driving the mistrend and also volatility that we'll see this week we are entering. But this morning, I tell you that is what influenced the market largely because I can see that investors are trying to kind of digest and also study the sudden upsurge in oil price in international market and also some domain we are also already seeing disappointing manufacturing activity data, especially from Asia that ahead of others. Asia activity side, we're also looking to see one from coming from Europe or the US, who we're looking to see today. These are the things that will shape. And at the same time, don't forget all others also and what to see inflation figure also in this domain too. Also that in US you can see that inflation is trying to tame down the southward. If that continue, how will Fed going to manage also inflation interest rate ahead of inflation? You can see these are the things that will shape the market as we speak. But for me, it's not the time for investor in any market to panic at all because it is important that you know what you are doing in the market at any given time. This will help you to stay ahead of the market. I believe that no, it is not news again that we are seeing an oscillation in our market of volatility. I've said it earlier in this class that the volatility we saw in the month of March, exactly the last trading month for the quarter was something else. But we'll see if this same volatility will continue in this second quarter and this month of April. And because of many companies also that will release their first quarter, which also data started coming gradually in some mature economy, that has the different month for the quarter. But for here, because we're looking at March, for those that have December year end, another quarter, those that have September, second quarter, those that have July, want to see their also their second quarter. These are the things we expect to see, to see their third quarter for those that have July, those that have April, want to look at to see, those that have May, just like that, to look at when the results will hit in the market is very, very important. Like I said earlier, that the financial market across the globe or the equity market has start on a caution mode. That's why we are seeing the mixed trend because of the sudden rise in crude oil price. It's also keeping investors on tune to see what is going and what will be the impact of this sudden reversal on the economy and the commodity market at large. This is why you can see all this trend. Like I said earlier, that as far as I want to see the manufacturing, manufacturing and service, what called Purchasing Manager Index survey for the month of March to any moment from now, and that also give you what the global perception of our economic activities of the global, will also tell you what is happening there. And back of Canada also will also be, be releasing statistics of outlook for the business and that. And this week, starting today, we are seeing that the Reserve Bank of India is also meeting to hike rate by 55% basic point. All these are what traders are also looking at. Like I mentioned, the oil price, so that Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the United Arab and other OPEC company as OPEC producers has also suddenly announced a kind of an agreement to cut oil production by 1.16 million barrel per a day starting from May and until the end of 2023. You can see what you can see that for those in the energy sector, what you expect if it remains peak at the end of the year. This was just entering the fourth month of the year, and they're saying this 1.16 million will be for all this. How it's going to influence other economic activities. Don't forget that energy is what most of this industrialized economy use. That's why I say China as the second largest economy because of their consumption oil and because they did hit during their COVID-19 restriction. You saw what happened. Oil price was low because, but when they came up, I said that also supported oil because of their consumption and all those stuff. But now that there's an agreement by Saudi Arabia, Russia, and the United Arab and also other OPEC members, producers also to call this, how it's going to influence the oil price, and that tells you that oil price might likely not go below again $80 going to the future, and the possibility of hitting 101 or 105 is there before the end of the year. But this also will be a plus for oil producing economy, and at the end of the day, for those that are consuming, it becomes a problem. But I believe that the Asia data that came was also like a disappointment and also not encouraging, but we expect to see a turnaround in that. Once it happens, that will also help investors to know where they are going, because this is what has made the market now as we speak. Because you can see that at least our China showed that the material index declined from 50, declined to 50 basic points in March from 51.16, in February, compared to market expectation of 51.7. You can see that it was below market expectation, and that is why it's kind of a way market across the globe. The market is opening mixed now as we speak. But as we speak now, dollar remains strong, and that also when dollar is strong, we see that it has effect of what on commodity market. A weaker dollar is what will boost economic activities, and every every trader or every investor wants to buy into that. But now that we're seeing that the economy is moving this way because of data that's coming out, market is likely to oscillate. For me, there's no cause for alarm for investors. But what you need to do is for you to know what you are doing at this particular time, so that you know what to do as an investor. You don't need to panic, but rather take advantage of information at your disposal to invest wisely and not take the right position, as we always advise on this platform. Yes, US market is mixed. We are seeing that Nigeria is in green, S&P and Nasdaq are in red. We're also seeing that Asia market is also, as we tell you, Asia market is also in that direction. It's a mixed market. Africa is having mixed market also as we speak, and Europe is having a mixed market. You can see that in Europe also we are seeing that see in activities in Europe now as we speak. We are seeing that look at what is happening in Germany. Germany market has opened a bit lower, and that of UK as we speak is also contracting flat as we speak now at this moment. And we are seeing also those in France also on a flat mode. For me, these are what is driving the market as we speak. But I expect that as activities continue through the day, we will get better direction. But this is the opening And don't forget that opening market is very, very important. Especially the first 2 trading hours of the opening of the market is very, very key because it gives you a clue where the market is going for the day. And that's why we all look at traders, look at what is happening, what is shaping the market. As I said, these are the factors shaping the market, and also projection of some companies in mature economy. Are they likely to hit the projection? If not, that's going to affect also the the economy. And these are the things also that many traders or investors are now pondering on at this hour, that they will know the direction where they should also put their work, put their head, or where they can also look at. For me, there's no much concern that people should be panicking. Like I would say that once you understand the environment where you are playing, I mean, looking at your chart, it will always help you to know. Because all this data we are looking at to see the percentage manager index, the non-farm payroll, all these are working to shape the market going to the future. But if we will start seeing improvement in them, that will also be a good one. But the contraction we saw in the Asia market, that in China, that was what really slowed the market down this morning. We saw that during last week, market was a bit up, but we are seeing that this week now it's open on a mixed note because of sentiment has changed, in this regard. Seeing this kind of industrial activities, and you know that this is what really drive purchasing managers index. When you are seeing a slowdown in activities, it's going to reflect for your turnaround time, less of your inventory, as it was also affecting. That's why we're seeing this kind of mistrend this morning. But good thing is that investors that understand what they are doing in this regard, they are not panicking at all, but rather they are taking advantage of all this information that has been released, and they know how to position ahead of it without any problem. I believe that yes, down here, let's look at what is happening in our market locally here. Like I tell you that African market is made, but if you come down to see what is happening in the market down here in Nigeria, NGS is slightly in red because of what? Because of what? Because of sellers are dominated the market at this early hour. Some people are taking profit. But if you look at the strength of earnings that or call it the rush hour inflows of number we saw last week. Yes, for Thursday and Friday during our class, I saw numbers were coming. These numbers are missed, and I believe that investor or analyst or different company will not overnight analyze all these companies. For that, we think that this week we'll see a mixed market as they analyze and push their portfolio. That's why this hour you can see that some numbers that were below expectation, even when their numbers are good, payout was below expectation. I told you on this class at the beginning of last week that the tension surrounding rate and yield will go to play out and around. Now that is what is playing out after we have seen that the yield in the fixed income market for treasury bill has gone as high as almost 14 for 364 days. And there are some companies that are paying a dividend that are not, how would I put it? Those dividends are below 3% yield that speak. Some are 5. Only few were able to make, that beat 1.2%, especially from stock like NACO, from Total. We saw some company like that from Massad. We saw some good number coming in, but the payout was issued. But from the banking sector, especially the first year bank, we have seen numbers that are encouraging. Want to see more. All eyes on what assets and GT code as we speak now. But what came from Zenith Bank and UBA has given us an insight of how UBA was able to manage even the debt, the bond debt crisis in Ghana. Let's see how also. But I believe that most of the bank results that came, the one that came from FCMB was the fantastic number, only the payout. But it tells you that those people also they are not exposed. So like, you as an investor, you should know what you are going. Yes, investors are looking for dividend yield, but it's good to look at a company that has what they are company that has a call it that's a healthy company with strong financial. Yes, payout might be a concern now because this earning season that all eyes are worth for us to make money. But let's believe that as we are seeing that the CAM is returning back to the banking sector across the globe now, we expect that this also will encourage the policy manager into the future. And here at market, we know that yes, the bank results are coming. And like I told them in one of the class that yes, we have seen what will happen in February after in February saw the good policy manager index. We saw a decline because of cash growth. But this kind of food sector will benefit from it, and where are we be looking at going into what into the future. And also like global environment, what it is trying to see a prospect of rate falling in that domain. And when you see rate falling, it might have the world of triggering what production output will also become stronger, because why you are seeing a weaker output at this time is because of a strong word or high interest rate. Once rates start coming down, that will also boost kind of a stronger contribution to the economy, and that will also impact some sector. Like we said that bank is the engine room of any economy, but if the economy is also suffering, it has the work also impacting the banking also. But if the high interest rate is also there, it has the work impacting the bank. That's why you as a trader or investor, you should learn which sector activities that are coming around is going to work influence positively, and know how to stay ahead in that sector. And companies that know that there's something either news is on that way, expectation is on that way, and when it finally broke out, it has a way of influencing them. You lose around the market and see what to do. But for those that are in the master class, I know we've shared a lot of information that also guide you on what to do, so that you take the right decision at the right time. But I believe that the market is still on what we call a division phase. Market is trying to pull back or correct. After this correction, where is market going to? And when market correct as a result of dividend and price adjustment, it also creates opportunity for traders to buy low, while investors that have collected their dividend to accumulate that company, they have confidence and trust the more. That means these are the indicators that will drive the market between now and end of the month. But once we enter the month of May, that is where all eyes also will be on what on the MPC, and also the last MPC for this administration, and also the incoming government in the month of May. That's the May 29. These are the things, and what are they coming for? And once we start giving out the kind of a light to their policy direction, that will shape the market and also impact some sector positive. That means for you as an investor, take advantage of this period of uncertainties, or things are becoming dicey, to know where you should position yourself at, because every investment is again the future, and every investment has what this element. But when you're able to take calculated risk, you can see that you're able to make and become back yourself and say, yes, I've taken the right direction, than staying away and things are turning for positive and you are not a particular. It's never a good investment decision or direction to go as investor. Yes, these are the things I expect that will play out in the market as we speak, because the numbers that came, like I said earlier, are really mixed. But most of the companies have shown strong number, but because payouts were not encouraging, actually I seen that as we speak now, we're having people exiting the market either for the an interesting or higher interest rate we are seeing in the fixed income market. But I believe that the market, for you to hedge against inflation, is this equity now that is the end season. But then when you start seeing capital appreciation for the UBR, you can see that you are already above the world, above the treasury bill or fixed income market position. That means you don't need to panic, but I can see that investors are trying to dominate the market. Why people are exiting? If you are to hold cash to jump back again, that is also a buy idea. Especially those that have made profit, nothing stops you to take your profit and also come back and see where the market will come at up a strong support level, because this is the time to take technical analysis to see the support level and the stand level, and know where to catch what your entrance. Because when the stock is falling down, or let's say in the technical analysis, you don't catch a falling knife. It's very true. When the market is correcting, you wait for the market to come to work. A wage where you focus support level, in technical term, that is where we're buying. That's why for me, as I see the market rallied from the month of November to where it is now. This month of April was going to see a mixed trend because of what extension of full year result, and also Q1 made this April to be more active. But the up and down trend are likely because of what April do not come, first quarter did not come with a payment. It's at the end of second half, first half of the year, we're looking at some interim dividend from some company. That means between now and May now, it is this earnings and also event macroeconomy that will drive the market. I've said earlier. That means you need to just push on yourself and wait. Like I said, numbers that came to the market, and for tomorrow, we're looking at them one by one as usual in this class. Those that will say that are standing, will let you know, and what you should look at as you are preparing for work to take position for the second quarter of the year. We'll discuss those earnings as from tomorrow, so that at the end of the day, we'll be fully prepared and know why we are buying when the price pull back. Because the pullback is an opportunity for us to buy, and that is the beauty of the stock market. Market cannot remain in up direction. We saw that when it corrected, when we start seeing some bank results, it reversed last week. On last trading day of the month, we saw the market also returning back again, pulling back for what, for one reason or the other. But now, we want to see what is the market doing in the local market here, what is the state of the market, and what is the position of the market, and what next we will do. Look at the index as we speak now. From the index, we're now going to see the individual stock performance. What is the momentum behind them? What is the strength What is the price action doing? Once we're able to sort it out at this hour, that will be good for us as investors to know where we are going. And for traders, know our market is underway. Once you see a little pullback direction, it creates an opportunity for you to jump into the market. As we speak now, the market is trading 54,198.54. Market is down by 33.80. I mean, market is down by 0.08 as we speak. That is roughly 0.1. No, but the state of the market is that we are seeing a negative market breadth. I think that sellers are we are seeing about 13 losers, and also just five gainers as we speak in the market. It tells you that losers are dominating, sellers are in charge of the market as we speak now. Despite we are seeing missed numbers and any declared over the previous week. This week we are seeing that at this trading day, showing that market is on sell market because we are seeing more people selling down, taking profit, and also moving to those companies that also the result was not too good or their payout was not good. I see that market will treat that way. I see that most of them are the ones also that are in red now. But I see those that are paid dividend that were disappointing to many traders or market players, and those companies will be treated the way they perform, despite their numbers are good because the payout also were not too good. It becomes an advantage for those to understand that the company must be healthy first before it pay you good dividend. If this company, because of their situation, they are not paying dividend, let's look at it too. Depending on your investment horizon or investment time frame. For those that are long term, if because of the dividend they are coming down, you have to think twice. If the company is becoming healthier and the numbers are pointing up, to a better future, you also understand what I mean. And if you're a long term investor, if you are the buy and hold, you also know what to do when you see the price coming down with that kind of situation. As we speak now, the top trade in terms of the top trade in terms of volume. Let's start from there today. In terms of volume, top trade in terms of volume, we are seeing that Fidelity is dominating this morning, trading about 52.81 million shares at this hour. UBA also to follow, and also sorry, Fidelity is doing a 5 naira 35 kobo with 52.8 million shares traded so far. UBA is also doing 8 naira 35 kobo, doing 12.36 million shares, followed by Lasaco 1 naira 10 kobo, 11.3 million shares at this hour. Access Corp flat at 9 naira, also trading about 10.9 million shares, and we're seeing a Transcorp back to 1 naira 38 kobo, 10.5 million shares. These are the top trade in terms of volume or activities at this hour. But if you look at the top five that were saying, so they are saying that the market is having a negative breadth. But if you look at the top trade in terms of green, we're seeing that Lasaco is leading the pack now, 10% up, followed by Massa 10% up. We're seeing also NACO 9.9% up, Ikeja Hotel also 8.2% up, and we're seeing Linkage Assurance also 2.3% in the green. These are the top five that I told you that are in green at this morning. Also on the flip side, I told you that we have about 13 stocks in the southward movement, but it's been led by UACN losing almost 9.9. That is almost 10% flat. Top for the day. Also followed by Sunu Assurance. Sunu Assurance also is down by almost 9.something%. You can see Athena and also PPDC and ABC Transport. These are the top in terms of decline position. But for me, you as an investor, you have to look at this company that are the top losers. Why are they there? Is it because of earnings are bad, or is it because their payout? I will tell you most of them because their payouts are not encouraging, not the earnings. Because a company like UPDC, I'll tell you that's a company to watch. People from a loss position to where it is now. Then the company is becoming healthier in terms of performance. Also, stock like Etana, same trend also from a loss position to where they are now. Good one for UACN. You can see that yes, performance are pointing that this company performance were poor and payout was poor. And so don't forget that the year they pay you about almost 1 naira 20 kobo. You know that I have a kind of a special bonus they gave you because of it was a proceed from somewhere else. Now for you to know the real position of this cobalt, a pullback in this price become attractive for those that are traders like me to look at. These are the state of this company. But let's quickly look at our chart to see where we are going from this point. It's very, very important. Quickly look at the chart now. I will look at the chart with all our indicators so that we'll see how the market is starting on the first trading day of the month and of the quarter and of the week. Let's go back and see what our chart is telling us. Our money flow chart will be there. It's as usual. Our C line is very, very important at this time. You know the beauty of tree line in any market on any time frame you are trading. It's good for you to understand it so that it will help you to make informed decisions as you speak. Then the next one we're looking at, we want to look at, let's look at what is our MACD doing now. MACD is a lacking header, but it gives a lot of information if you know how to use it. Let's call our MACD up now as we speak so that we know exactly what we are doing right now in the market. Yes, and also I want to draw a trend line today again. Just follow me. I will explain this trend line and what it stands for and how you and I should also read it and see what can make from it. You know, as technicians, we draw a lot of line and don't mind us. You know, consider okay, market has kind of consolidated at this point before pulling back. It came up to that level. That's why I want to draw a line here so that you notice that I'm drawing another line here at this point. Sorry, this line, what I want to draw now has changed. Let me quickly take it back. Sorry. I need other indicators to come on board. I need the other indicators to come on board. Sorry for what I got from my boss over. I want us to go back to our position. Sorry for the time. Let's just quickly look at what is happening because I want us to trade the live chart. Okay. Sorry. We're up again. Something happened along the line, so we're drawing the charts. Back to where started for money flow. Yes. So these are the three indicators I want to use. But I'm trying to capture something. So let me see how I can get it so that I need to get that point so I can understand what I mean. Let me read it. You can look at this point where we are seeing that this is a trend in here. I call it a consolidation level. Before market was waiting for a trigger here formation and a pullback when they delayed for the earnings to come. But when they start seeing the end was also in the band and towards the quarter end, like whatever that quarter end will be dressing, also supported the market at this point. And now came back to that same level where it came down and that now become a new resistance level. After this was the first resistance level here when the market tested about 55,800 and 55,984.81. But now we are seeing that market is not reaching their level now before slowing down. Market get to this level, where we are seeing like a V-shaped recovery. We call it a saucer or cup, but not handle yet. And I can see that it's coming before it started pulling back as we speak now. Market is trading around the 54,196 as 96.27 at this point now where the market is. But we want to look at other indicators. You can see that this is the uptrend line. I tell you that in tech analysis, a trend line is very, very important. When you see the indicator or what we call a price index or action index action, price action or index action, sorry, or call it a candlestick, anything call it. When it's above the trend line, tell you that it's bullish. But when it falls below, then it's a sign that the market is weak. You can see that when we go to this level, when it was trending, it make it pull back here gradually, started again. The market is coming down gradually. That's just from here to here. That is what we call distribution phase of the market. But as we speak now, when market also beat down here on the downtrend, then we have to find that market is on what? On a decline. As we speak, market is this level, market is still having what we call a distribution phase of the market. But we want to look at other indicators. What are they saying? This hour, we're seeing that the volume in the market is not much. But money flow that have gone as high as almost 37, is that flat at that 37 line? Does not move up or down, flat at 37. But if you look at your MACD tell you that market is looking to become bullish. If you look at where the red one is going towards, the blue one going to the red one, and also look at this histogram from here to here, there is a sign that market might likely cross the signal line in MACD and become bullish. This is what you want to look at, and this is on a daily chart. If you come back and look at the market purely on a full chart, on a 1 hour chart, you can see on a 1 hour chart, market is what is above the T line. But as we speak now, you can see where the market is now. It has come down below the T line on 1 hour. And if you look at your MACD has been bullish here. But tell you that 1 hour is also a sign of market going bearish also. You can see that there is a kind of a missed signal we are getting from a day's chart and the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart knows that market is also becoming bearish. But money flow on the 1 hour chart is feeling almost at 90.89. You can see, but the market is also doing that. Since the market has fallen below, you can see that this is the trend line, the index action. Where it is now is that market is below the T line. This for 1 hour. Finally, look at the 15 minutes chart. It's very, very important that you understand all these ones. Look at the 15 minutes chart. That is what I do to see where is the final market going in 15 minutes. 15 minutes I said that market is also trading below the T line, and market is becoming also a kind of bullish. You can see that the 15 minutes chart and the 1 day chart are almost looking the same thing, trying to turn up here. And money flow here is about 27, 28. And can see it's also trading above what below the T line. You can see it here. That means market is relatively weak in terms of what? In terms of momentum. That's like what we are saying now as we speak. But back to what? To individual stock that on the gainer chart to see what they are doing now. What is the trend behind NACO and how far will NACO go? You need to see how far NACO go, and also look at what is behind the Fidelity. We have seen that volume. Want to look at these two, NACO and Fidelity, and time I'm going to look at the Massad. See what are they going. This trend we are seeing here is going to be sustained. Want to look at it right away. Let's look at Fidelity first. Now we are seeing a good volume in Fidelity now this morning. Let's check what is happening in Fidelity. We'll see what is happening in Fidelity Bank. To see if the trend will be sustained. Is very good that you and I know that this power, but we have seen that volume and the price remain above 5 naira, around 550. Want to see on a day chart now? You can see Fidelity is trading above the T line where the price is now. Yes, on this a day chart we are looking at. Okay, now this is a day chart. Okay, this is 15 minutes chart we are looking for Fidelity, and it's nice that it's trading above the T line. But we're already seeing a sign of bearishness. You can see that the histogram is coming down, but money flow is remaining strong around 84. We quickly look at the 1 hour chart for Fidelity before we go to what a day chart. We will look at them. On the 1 hour chart, you can see that in the last 2 hours where it is stopped, the men have around that tested almost 540 today, but now doing around what 535 and 530. That is where they stop now. And money flow for me is relatively weak, below 50 to read around 50, 27, 24. The high volume was seen, and MACD is also bullish on the 1 hour chart for me. But MACD is still bullish. Finally, look at the day chart for Fidelity. What is it doing today? The Fidelity is still strong. Fidelity, I'll tell you now, is trading relatively above the T line, flat on T line, and money flow is looking down to it at no point something on the day, and money and the MACD is bullish, but the bullish is still not too strong, but I see that MACD is bullish on the. For me, there's no cause for alarm. We're seeing opportunity in also fidelity as far as of what on the bank audited result. And then we look at NACO at this point. What is happening in NACO and how far will it go? This momentum we are seeing here, how far will this momentum go is very, very important that we know how far will the momentum go on the strength of the number that was just released. Where is it going from now? Then finally look at Massad as the final one. But let's look at this one first before we look at I'll tell you that no, there is on a day chart, you can see that this stock, you can see that it's staying above the T line. Yes, the volume might not be there, but you can see above the T line. And the good thing that you can confirm here now that this morning this stock have become bullish. Look at the way it crossed the red line. Like I always tell you, this is how to learn. I think that it was the histogram here was almost bearish, but now it has crossed this morning at the blue cross, and you can see that money flow is also looking up almost around 35. Once it cross 50, you will now know that yes, and that is possible. I already see that the price is above the T line. You can see it here, the line on the day chart. Look at 1 hour for for NACO. 1 hour for NACO, I'll tell you that all is well. You can see that money flow is high, 94. It's bullish on MACD. I can see where it is that yes, it's still trading above the T line as we speak here for stock. Let's look at the last one, Mansard, before our time is fast spent. Look at Mansard. Look at Mansard Insurance. Let's finally look at what is happening there. Mansard Insurance on the 1 hour chart, I think that it's missed. I see that the stock here is not going off position, but it's bullish on the MACD flat as the money flow is very flat below 20, and this candlestick not giving us a clear indication where it's going. But let's go to 1 hour a day chart for Massa. That will give us a good break. As to speak a day chart, after the stock is still above the below the T line, have not crossed the T line. Let's watch money flow is just looking up gradually to around the 19 below, and we're seeing that now this one we're seeing that momentum. When we see this momentum now, MACD, it does become bullish now. It does cross slightly from the signal line of MACD up. That is a good sign for the store for Master. On this note, I will say thank you. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace, and let's keep our finger across in the market. And those stocks where we have made profit, don't forget to take your profit. And those who are expecting the post sweat is still very strong, and the pulling back, that's an opportunity for you to buy. I will still look at them tomorrow, hopefully by God's grace. I will say see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your trading day. Bye.